a meeting or event? Meetingpages.com is your complete online planning tool to help you search for and compare meeting and event suppliers, save and organize lists of your favorites, and send RFPs to as many as you like, all in a few easy steps. In this brief tutorial, we'll show you just how simple the process can be. The first step is to log in or register to begin your search. Registration is free and easy and allows you to access all of the functionality of our planning tools. Simply click on Register and fill in the required fields on the Register page. Registering is not required to perform a search on Meeting Pages, but does allow you to save your preferred suppliers for future planning. After clicking Submit, click on the Meeting Pages logo to go back to the home page. For our tutorial, we're searching for venues for an annual meeting. So, we'll first hover over the Facilities category and roll over and click into the Venues section to view all of the venues in the Meeting Pages database. After clicking into the Venues section, at the top of our page we find a collection of featured suppliers, and below we find the complete supplier list, an inclusive list of all of the suppliers in this category. Let's click into one of these featured suppliers to see what's included. In addition to basic contact information and a link to the supplier's website, Platinum profiles like this one include up to 9 supplier photos, detailed capacity and amenity information, and even a downloadable brochure or space diagram provided by the supplier. We can quickly click through a slideshow of photos, print this profile, or even share it with friends or coworkers. All other suppliers in the complete supplier list have simple listings with address, phone, and email contact information. Bold suppliers in the complete suppliers list have enhanced profiles and are noted in the featured suppliers area above. So far, we're viewing all of the venues in the entire Meeting Pages database. This currently results in more than 3,000 event venues. Our next step is to refine our search. Let's imagine our annual meeting will tentatively be held in the Minneapolis area. If we select a distance, in this case within 50 miles of Minneapolis, and click on the Display Results button, our search will be filtered for us. Our featured suppliers list and complete supplier list now only include venues within 50 miles of Minneapolis. This has narrowed our search down to just over 700 event venues. Let's further refine our search and identify specific types of venues in the Search by Category section. We'll focus on meeting, banquet, reception venues with lodging options. Our search has been narrowed down to just 4 featured suppliers and just over 200 suppliers in our complete list. For our tutorial, let's assume we've decided we'd like to send an RFP to 2 suppliers. The next step is to save these suppliers into our supplier list. Okay, we've searched the Meeting Pages supplier database and have found suppliers to which we want to send an RFP. You'll notice that each supplier in your search has an Add button. To save these 4 suppliers for future reference and to submit an RFP to them, we first need to add them to our collection of supplier lists. Let's create a new list in our toolbox now. If you've logged in, click on New List to save a new list of suppliers. For this tutorial, we'll save this list as Minneapolis Annual Meeting Venues. Click on Save. Your new list now appears here. If you haven't registered, or if you've registered but have not yet logged in, do so now to save your work, or any supplier list you create in this session will disappear should you travel away from the Meeting Pages site. When you click on the Add button on one of the featured suppliers in your search results, that supplier is automatically added to your Minneapolis Annual Meeting Venues supplier list here. Similarly, if you click on the Add button on a supplier from the complete list, They're also added to your current supplier list here. If you want to remove a supplier from your list, click Remove here. If you want to rename the list, click the Rename link here, or delete it here. If you want to make a copy of this list, or use this list as a starting point for another supplier list, simply click Copy and give the copy a new name. If you need to stop here and come back to complete your RFP submission, don't worry. Your list is already saved. For the sake of this tutorial, we'll imagine we've finished our search and have found 2 suppliers to which we'd like to submit an RFP. That brings us to step 3. Okay, we've found suppliers in the Meeting Pages supplier database that may be good matches for our upcoming annual meeting. We've saved these suppliers to a list named Minneapolis Annual Meeting Venues. Our next step is to complete the details for our RFP. Click on Submit RFP. You'll notice that all of the contact information you entered when you registered earlier automatically populates this first page of RFP detail. Make sure that you complete all of the fields marked with an asterisk. These bits of information are needed for each RFP. Below our contact information, we complete the Event Information section. We first need to give this event a name. If you've already created an event through the My Events tool in the toolbox, you can select that event here, now. I'll also complete the required fields and any other information I think will be helpful to the suppliers. Make sure to include pertinent details about sleeping rooms and event space, indicate your arrival and departure dates, and indicate when you need the proposal from the suppliers you've selected and when you expect to make your decision. If you have more details you'd like to add, you can either include additional notes here or attach a PDF or Microsoft Word or Excel document at this time. Your last step is to make sure that your desired supplier list is checked. If you'd like to simply save these details and work on this event later, click Save Without Sending. You can add or delete suppliers from any of your lists at any time and come back to send your RFP when you're ready. If you're ready to send the RFP to suppliers on your supplier list, click Save and Send. Your RFP will be sent via email to the suppliers on your list, and you can expect a response via email within 48 hours. For this tutorial, we'll save our RFP and we'll submit it later. Your RFP is now saved in your toolbox, here, and the suppliers to which you'll send the RFP from your saved list display here. You can delete one of the suppliers from this RFP at any time by clicking here, or add individual suppliers or those saved to a different list here. Any of the details for your event in the RFP can be adjusted at any time. When you're ready to send your RFP, you can hit Submit here in the toolbox, or from within the RFP details form here. You'll receive an automated response email to confirm the delivery of your RFP. That's it. It's that easy. We've searched the meetingpages.com supplier database. We've saved our favorite suppliers to a list in our toolbox. And we've completed all of the details for our RFP and can submit it whenever we're ready. In just a few quick steps, you can send an RFP to as many suppliers as you want, all simultaneously, saving you what could be a huge amount of time and effort. Meetingpages.com. We really do make meeting and event planning simple.